I don't actually know anything about it. I just saw it was posted, and you're gonna get my initial reaction here. So, what I'm hoping for is a Haddonfield rework and a Myers rework. For Halloween, I think that would be really good. But let's go see here. All right, killer updates. Trapper, okay. Tropicana Rework. Let's see. Uh, or rather a snap. We've made a series of small changes. That already makes me worried. A series of small changes. Trapper needed a huge rework to become strong. So let's see what to do with him. Number of traps that spawn is random, between 4 and 6. Now it will always be 6. That already sounds shit because he should start with all his traps. Trapper needs to start with all his traps. That is one change he needs. Making him start with 2 traps, which I guarantee you they're going to do. Is it enough? Because Trapper with a Trapper bag is still a dog shit killer. He needs to start with all his traps. So making 6 spawn in the map does nothing. He needs to start with all 6 of them. So let's keep going. Have more traps and all is great. Without add-ons, yeah. Carrion start with 2 bear traps. Yeah, that's not gonna do shit. Trapper's still gonna be weak as hell. That's not gonna do anything for him. He's not gonna move in any tier lists. You just have a wee bit more flexibility with your add-ons now, but he's still just gonna be shit. That's not gonna do anything. Add-ons, I thought Trapper's add-ons were fine. Let's see here. Tension Spring, a bear trap resets 2 seconds after Survivor escapes from it. That's alright. It's not usually once the Survivor steps in a trap, you want to change that trap because they're not going to step in the same trap twice, unless you're playing basement or something and you're just locking it down. But that's kind of shit, to be honest. Trapper sack. All bear traps are carried at the beginning of the match. Okay, bear traps cannot be picked up. Wait, what? All bear traps are carried at the beginning of the match. Wait, so once you place it down, you can't pick it back up? Are you serious? That's dog shit. That's oh my god, man. That's weaker than regular trap. You can't pick up bear traps. Am I reading that right? As in, once you put down a bear trap, there's no way you can get it back up. That is terrible. Are they brain dead? Man, why are behaviors so scared of making strong stuff? Making Trapper start with all his bear traps should be a base mechanic. It's so outdated. He shouldn't have to go around grabbing his traps. Killers already don't have enough time as it is. And Trapper not just has to go and set traps, he has to go pick them up. It's so stupid. And they give it to him as an add-on, but you can't pick up your traps. This seems like something that behavior will realize once anyone with half a brain starts playing. They will say, "This is dog shit, please do this." And then they might actually remove the negative effect, or at least make it less, sort of like they did with the loop routines. But, like, as of now, that is absolute dog shit. Oh my god, Spirit. Spirit has been a strong killer since release. We've made some changes to increase her skill ceiling. That sounds good. Let's give survivors some counterplay. Survivors already sort of have counterplay, but it's not very consistent. Inclusive spirits of survivors not receive any indication. Oh, they're gonna give her if they give her sort of like a very easy to tell phasing animation, that would be good. That's like one change I would make to Spirit, is making sure you actually know when she's phasing. But see here. To add more skill to the Spirit's counterplay, we're making 2 changes. Any survivor within 24 meters of the Spirit will now hear a directional phase sound. They added the bug. That wasn't a bug. That was a test. Remember that one time everyone thought it was a bug where you could hear spirits phasing at any time? That wasn't a bug. They were probably just doing a test. Oh my god, man. That made spirits so weak. That made spirits so weak. That bug absolutely made her so weak against good survivors because you could tell where she was. And who gives a shit? What's the point in spirit if you can tell where she is? Then you can just play like you would against any killer. That's terrible. What else? The spirit's footsteps will now kick up dust while she is phasing. Keen survivors may be able to pinpoint where she is, but tall grass. Oh my god, man! That's terrible. That is terrible. Oh my god. Spirit will be dog shit now. Holy shit. Spirit will literally be D tier. Man, you'll just be able to tell where she is now. This is so dumb. Our behavior brain dead. You, this will kill Spirit. She's absolute dog shit now. First of all, you can hear the direction of face sound, so you know which direction she's coming from, and you can literally see exactly where she is because there's going to be footsteps. Holy shit, man, this is terrible. I don't really play Spirit that much, but if any of you use me in Spirit, you're going to have to find a new main. She will be terrible. You will be absolute dog shit. Spirit's going to be absolute trash now. Holy shit. This is absolutely terrible. Spirit is just gone. That is so bad. Holy shit. Add more skill into playing as and against. This will not change any skill when playing as Spirit. And when playing against Spirit, it will now take no skill because you can just look where she is and then just like vault the pallet. Like, let's get a scenario here. Let's say that I'm standing at like a Macmillan junk tile and she's at one side of the pallet and she starts phasing. Alright, well, I'm just going to look at the ground and I'm going to see the dust that she kicks up and I'm going to see it come around the left side. So I'm just going to vault the pallet. Then I'm going to see it go back round to where I've now vaulted the pallet and then I'm just going to vault back again. It's like, you might as well just be able to see Spirit while she's phasing. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's terrible. It's actually terrible. It's not going to make her more skillful to play, like, because it doesn't change anything. It's still just Spirit, but now survivors know where you are. It's not just Spirit, but you will get absolutely shite on. And no, it doesn't take more skill to play against her. If anything, it takes less skill, because now you just need to look where she is. That's such a terrible change. This will kill Spirit. Yeah, Spirit's gonna be shit now. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it now. If these changes, like, obviously it depends how noticeable these things are, but if it's the way I think it is, Spirit's gonna be absolute dog shit. Absolute terrible. And add-on pass as well. These are always trash. Just look at Hellbilly. She's gonna get hell. This is just Hellbilly all over again. It's just such a shit change, and now she's gonna get terrible add-ons with it. Let's see. During Yamaoka's hunting, use the active ability button to return to the husk. This only works like if, well, going back to that scenario, if you like start phasing, and you come around one side and the survivor vaults towards your husk, then I guess you could do that. But if it's like instant, then maybe. But even then, like that's not gonna help with people holding W, or like if they move away from the loop or anything. That's not gonna do anything. I mean, that can work, but like that's not terrible, but it'll be situational. When Yamaoka hunting ends, the spirit husk explodes and any vault locations within 4 meters are blocked. That's shite. That's just gimmicky trash add-ons. That's going to be completely useless. I mean, when against a spirit, like if you exit a spirit, your phase next to a vault, like why is the survivor going to be right next to that vault? Why wouldn't they just leave or leave the loop? Or if they if you hit them as you exit the phase, they're just going to keep running. So that's just kind of shite. And that's only two. That's only two. I guarantee you, they probably choose two ones that they thought looked the best. So I'm gonna hate to see what the other ones look like. Killer add-ons update. What does moderately mean? How much is tremendously? Yeah, that's obviously dumb as shit. We have done a pass on all killer add-ons to list their exact effects. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, alright, that's a good change. Brief description of what the stats effect does. That's okay for new players. While the designers were going through hundreds of killer add-ons one by one to update the descriptions, they also noted down a few for changes as well. There's far too many to list here, but we've changed some of the killer add-ons for the following killers. Oh, killer add-ons changes, okay. Hellbilly, I hope every one of his add-ons get changed. They are absolute dog shit. Every single. There's like 2 decent Hellbilly add-ons, and they're not even that good. Who else? Nurse. Nurse's add-ons are also pretty shy, most of them except for Recharge and maybe Distance. Myers. Yeah, Myers' add-ons, right, they're absolutely broken or really shite. I hope Tombstone and stuff gets changed, but I also hope you get some decent add-ons. Hag. Minrag might get nerfed. Rusty Shackles might get nerfed. Other than that, I think Hag's add-ons are pretty decent. Oni. They're probably going to nerf Top Knot. I don't really mind because I don't really use top now. It's not that good. It's obviously just completely blown out of proportion, overrated as shit. But if they nerf it, I'm fine with that because I don't use it anyway. Um, I hope, Jesus Christ, can we please get some decent iridescence for Ronnie? If they change any other add-ons, like any of his purples or anything, I swear to God, like Jesus Christ, they better not ruin his add-ons. But I would like to see some decent iridescence. Blight's add-ons were fine. I don't think any of them need changed. I hope they didn't nerf Alchemist Ring. Alchemist Ring didn't really need nerfed. It's really good, but it's not that busted. It's just really fun to use. I just like occasionally use Alchemist Ring because it's just super fun. You know, it's like super fast gameplay. I like it. Wraith, oh yeah, obviously. They're probably going to nerf All Seeing, and then maybe some other ones. They might nerf some of those Pig. They're probably going to nerf the Tamper Timer and Creative Gears and stuff like that, and Jigsaw Sketch. Ghostface, his only good ones are cooldown, so hopefully he gets like some actual decent add-ons now. Mostly focused on unused add-ons or add-ons that are too weak or powerful. Yes. Perk updates, okay. Variety. More options. Let's run through some of them. Okay, so only some of them. So there's going to be a ton of perk updates. Okay, I hope these are good. Like, come on. Vigil, we're increasing the recovery rate to 30%. Increase the recovery rate of the broken expo. Okay, that Vigil, like, it won't be that good, but it reminds me like small game, like old small game and Trapper. Remember how as a trapper, if you go against some small game back in the day, they could just see your traps and be really good against you. Well, like Vigil is going to be really good against like people like Ghostface. Like think about it, Ghostface. You know your mark duration is 40 seconds, I think, and now it's only going to be like 38 seconds if someone's got Vigil. So, or sorry, not 38, 28 seconds. So that's going to be quite decent. What other broken? It's going to be decent with Deliverance, stuff like that. But other than that, it's still not going to be great. Babysitter, Rescue Survivor will now get a speed boost and not leave scratch marks. Alright, that's decent. I mean, it's going to make the person that got off the hook a wee bit harder to tunnel, but just use borrowed time. Borrowed time's still like 10 times better. You know, if the killer's tunneling, they're obviously going to be proxying as well, so they're not going to lose the other survivor. So, you know, it's still not just outclassed by borrowed time. Decreasing the broken sauce to 60 seconds for 4 people, that's fine. Retribution. Now you interact with any kind of tool makes them oblivious. Increase the aura region to 15. Yeah, it's still kind of shit, to be honest. Like, it's just not worth a perk slot, in my opinion. You don't get to choose when you get the aura reading or anything, so it can come at really bad times, which just makes it too inconsistent. This perk shit with very safe conditions, so it didn't get out of control. Upon reflection, we feel like comfortable with removing some. Alright, Hexball Fever will no longer have a cooldown and will also activate upon special attacks as well. Oh my god, behavior are so dumb. How do they not realise that Blood Fever is just dog shit? It's terrible. 16 meters for 12 seconds, or is it 12 meters for 16 seconds? I can't remember. Either way, it's dog shit. It blocks the pallets way too close. That's the problem with Blood Fever. It's not even the cooldown, or the fact that it's only basic attacks, or the fact that it's a hex. It's the fact that the effect is terrible. It's like to make Blood Fever even worth even thinking about running. You would need to block pallets within like 32 meters for like 25 seconds. You know, that's like the only time Blood Fever would even be worth thinking about running. It's a terrible perk. It's absolute shite. This will do nothing, and it just once again proves that behavior don't know what the hell is wrong with anything in this game. They don't know what's wrong with Spirit. They don't know what's wrong with Blood Fever. They don't know what's wrong with anything. They don't know how to change things because they don't know what the hell's wrong with it. They're so stupid. Thirsty as well. I'm guessing this is yeah, alright. It can activate in all attacks. Once again, it's a hex. It's kind of shit. It's just not worth running. Thrill the Hunt. Thrill Hunt's unlocked by extending the speed penalty, cleansing the blessings as well. Wait, what? With boon tools making their way to the game, get Thrill the Hunt's up by extending the speed penalty from cleansing to blessing. Also, I'm guessing that survivors need to bless a totem to get the boon totem effect perks, and Thrill Hunt is going to make it take longer. I'm not excited for boon totems, as if killers don't have enough to worry about. Now they're going to have to worry about cleanse and survivor totems, or like crushing them or some shit. It's dumb. It's just stupid. I don't like it. It's maybe if they implement it in a different way, but let's see. Item and character kill switch. Talk about the game health. The item and character kill switch with over 50 playable characters, cosmetic nearly 200 a day. Rarity, things break in a way that makes them exploitable and community. Enter the kill switch. The kill switch allows us to disable anything that's causing an issue without needing to update. When something breaks and becomes exploitable, we switch it off and it's fixed. Yeah, that's what they were doing with the maps. So guessing that's like, you know, yeah, okay. Well, I guess, for example, remember when Breakdown was bugged and would permanently destroy the hook? Now they'll be able to, and that was in the game for like 2 weeks, and they, for some reason, just didn't update it immediately. They would be able to just disable Breakdown now, or like with a wake up bug, where it applied to everything, they'd be able to just disable wake up. So, um, there's a lot more to cover. I'm hoping that it's going to be more positive because this is terrible. I'm not going to lie, this is terrible. Most of these perk updates are kind of shite. These perks are all still bad. Um, the Obviously these here add-on changes. Ani's probably going to get worse add-ons. Hopefully some decent iridescence, but they're not going to do the good iridescent ideas that I had. They're just going to be trash ones. Blight's probably going to get much worse add-ons, which is a shame. Uh, what else? Spirit changes is going to absolutely destroy her. She's going to be terrible now. And Trapper's still going to be absolute dog shit. So they can make a D tier killer still D tier, but make an S tier killer D tier. That's funny, isn't it? Yeah, but that's all for this one. I'm really not looking forward to this ship. Thanks for watching.